Malaysia SME contributed to 38.9% of Malaysian GDP in 2019. In Malaysia, the highest number of SME is established in Selangor, followed by Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur and Johor, and the least one is in the Wilayah Persekutuan Labuan and Wilayah Persekutuan Putrajaya. SMEs are the backbones of the Malaysian economy as it comprises of 98.5% or 907,065 establishments in Malaysia. Majority of SMEs are in the services sector, followed by manufacturing, constructions, agriculture, and the last one is mining and acquiring. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nadirah and today I'm going to explain about small and medium enterprises and also known as SMEs. SMEs are the businesses that keep their revenues, assets or number of employees below a certain threshold. SMEs divide into three sizes which are micro, small and medium. For micro enterprise, sales turnover less than 300,000 ringgit and the number of employees are less than 5 for both manufacturing and services and other sectors. For small enterprises, sales turnover is 300,000 ringgit to 15 million ringgit and the number of employees are between 5 to 74 employees for manufacturing. For the services and other sectors, sales turnover are between 300,000 ringgit to 3 million ringgit and the number of employees are 5 to 30 employees. Last one is medium enterprises. For the manufacturing, sales turnover should be around 50 million ringgit to 50 million ringgit and the number of employees are around 75 to 200 employees. Sales turnover for services and other sectors are 3 million ringgit to 20 million ringgit and the number of employees are 30 to 75 employees. Next list of SMEs based on the sector. First one is Perikat Malaysian Sdn Bhd under manufacturing company. Second is Sundry Constructions and Interiors Sdn Bhd under construction company. Third one is DC Logistics Sdn Bhd under the logistics services company. Next we have IPG Asset Solutions Sdn Bhd under marketing real estate company. In addition to that, Bestari Sales and Marketing Sdn Bhd is under food company. Last one is Oil Tech Sdn Bhd under oil processing company. Next, I will explain the reasons that the SME companies need government help. First one is financial assistance. Government will assist SME by giving investment or loans so that they can expand their businesses and improve their productivity. Next, on market exposure, the government will help the companies in subsidize and organize networking by letting them attending conference and other collaborations events. Last one is technical backing. Government will facilitate SMEs company with the new technologies and systems. They will give advice on how to promote the products using the technology. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Nur Azlinda Azman. I will continue with the next part, which is ministries and government agencies involved in developing SMEs. In the context of Malaysia, one of the ministries involved is the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives, MEDAC. MEDAC plays a significant role in strengthening the entrepreneurial ecosystem and providing assistance to SMEs. One of the most essential agencies under MEDAC is SME Corporation Malaysia. SME Corp is responsible to coordinate programs for SMEs and to provide business advisory and infrastructure support. Besides SME Corp, Institute Keusahawanan Negara INSCAN is another government agency under MEDAC offering entrepreneurial capacity building initiatives through training and guidance programs. In line with the tagline on empowering entrepreneurs of tomorrow, INSCAN ensures that the programs organized are based on the demands of the industry with the cooperation of industry practitioners and professionals to strengthen the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Apart from MEDAC, the Ministry of International Trade and Industry MITI is another ministry involved in providing pathways for the growth of SMEs. With its vision to make Malaysia the preferred investment destination and globally competitive trading nation, MITI facilitates the development of SMEs to become globally competitive and integrated into the global value chain. Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation, MATRID, Malaysia Investment Development Authority, MIDA, and Malaysia Industrial Development Finance (MIDF) are among the agencies under the purview of MITI. In line with the vision of MITI, Madrid organized various training programs to improve the international marketing skills of the SMEs exporters with the objective to raise the profile of Malaysian exporters in foreign markets. As for MIDA, it is the principal agency for the promotion of the manufacturing and services sectors in Malaysia. And for MIDF, it serves to accelerate the development of the manufacturing sector by providing medium and long-term financing to SMEs. The Ministry of Finance (MOF) also holds a primary role in developing SMEs in Malaysia, together with its main role to prepare the Malaysian federal budget and to develop economic policy in which fiscal policy is within the MOF direct responsibility, while monetary policy is implemented by the Central Bank of Malaysia. The Central Bank of Malaysia, or better known as Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM), is a federal agency under the MOF. Malaysian government through MOF has introduced Prihatin Economic Stimulus Package on 27 March 2020 and National Economic Recovery Plan, or better known as Penjana, on 5th June 2020. Both Prihatin and Penjana aims to provide immediate assistance to lessen the burden of all, including SMEs, during this pandemic. Now, let's look at the programs and incentives for SMEs by the government. Under SME Corp, among the programs are SMEs Go Global, Bumiputra Enterprise Enhancement Program (BEEP), Tunas Usahawan Belia Bumiputra Tube, and Women Netpreneur. SMEs Go Global is an initiative to support internationalization of local SMEs, especially those in high-growth industries, to facilitate their expansion into global markets. BEEP is a specialized program aimed to create competitive, resilient, and dynamic Bumiputra SMEs through integrated assistance with hand-holding approaches. TUBE program is specially designed to prepare youth who want to start a business to have mental and physical resilience and to provide exposure on the landscape and challenges of the real business world. Women Netpreneur program focuses on assisting women entrepreneurs to start and grow their businesses online. The program is conducted in collaboration with Gorgeous Gigs Malaysia with partners such as Google, Shopee, Lazada, and many more. Meanwhile, INSCAN offers its main program, namely INSCAN Business Training for SMEs, in which there are various courses and classes available under it, such as Kursus Asas Keusahawanan and Kursus Pemasaran Media Sosial. Also, there is INSCAN Bumiputra Business Coaching Program (IBBC), which is a comprehensive mentorship program that gives access to learn and gain experience from industry leaders for 4 months. Next, under Madrid, Exporters Training Program and New Exporters Development Program are very beneficial for SMEs to undertake it. Exporters Training Program provides seminars and workshops with wide-ranging topics including gaining export access, trade documentation, export procedures in specific markets, developing brand names, product packaging, international marketing, and e-commerce. While New Exporters Development Program has 3 sub-programs, which are Women Exporters Development, Youth Exporters Development, and Bumiputra Development Program, all with the objective to boost export knowledge among participants of these programs. And as for MEDA, it offers Industry 4WRD Intervention Fund Program, among many others. This program is a financial support facility for Malaysian SMEs in the manufacturing and related services sectors to embrace Industry 4.0. And then under MIDF, one of the incentives offered is soft financing scheme for SMEs that aims to assist existing and newly startup enterprises in project, fixed assets, and working capital financing. And lastly, BNM has enhanced the existing financing facilities under BNM's fund for SMEs to provide greater assistance to SMEs in sustaining business operation in current economic conditions due to pandemic. One is the Special Relief Facility SRF COVID-19, a collateral-free funding to have SMEs access working capital. Second is All Economic Sectors AES facility that aims to enhance access to financing to support growth. Third is Micro Enterprises Facility MEF, which provides access to collateral-free microfinancing. Fourth is Agro-Food Facility AF with the objective to increase agro-food production. And fifth is Automation and Digitalization Facility ADF with the objective to encourage SMEs to automate processes and digitalize operations. So with that, that's all from me. I'll pass the floor to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Nashuha and I will proceed the presentation with the problem or issues in SMEs. First issue is the financial management of SME. According to studies, low financial literacy standards and a lack of financial discipline may be causes for poor track record of SMEs. According to the Ministry of Finance Economic Report 2019 and 2020, access to financing continues to be a challenge for small and medium enterprise. Okay, first is insufficient documentation, cost and application of business. Mostly SMEs face rejection due to their financing application is insufficient documentation, insufficient cash flow to meet repayments and non-applicable business plans. Also, SME lack of accounting knowledge and do not have proper financial reporting to reflect their financial position. They also need financial aid to facilitate their business requirement. Thus, banks are reluctant to lend SMEs because the risk that will involve in SME financing. Secondly is the persistence of informal business further limits access to finance. The unregistered firms generally rely heavily funds from family and friends. So these firms rely heavily on funds from family and friends and own cash at initial stage, and continue to depend on family and friends and internally generated funds even as their business expands. With low access to external financing, the lack of access to critical resources and assistance could limit their scope of growth. The World Bank Enterprise Surveys indicated that common reasons for firms not registering include the lack of information on how to register, time taken to register, taxes to be paid, and lack of perceived benefits from formalization. Second issue is market demand is constantly changing as customer preference affect the market demand. So there are two examples that customer preference affect the market demand. First is during COVID-19, their purchasing power of the public was reduced because some experienced the cut off of their salary and some was laid off. Thus, they cannot purchase goods or services as desired. Consequently, the goods are oversupplied as the demand will decline significantly. So for example number 2, since the public are prohibited to go outside during the pandemic, they cannot go shopping to buy some goods or services. Hence, they tend to choose online shopping as a new trend. And SMEs that provide service or manufacturing unable to operate as usual, and those who sell goods cannot reach their sales target. And this leads to another issue. So the third issue is the inability to adapt to technology advancement. It is crucial for SMEs for picking up the right platform to success. When their core business is not technology, small business owners and decision makers will not find it easy to arrive at a conclusion for picking a technology solution. However, businesses are now going online with the advancement of technology on top of the occurrence of pandemic that forced companies to operate virtually. They need better internet access to sell their product, make online transactions, and also perform online marketing. Also, technology plays a key role in business, and they are now have software and apps available to make things easier and simpler for business owner. So that's all from me. I'll pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. I am Atika and I will talk about the proposed solutions for the problems mentioned before. The first issue is the financial management, and it can be solved by conducting a flagship program with the collaboration between INSCAN, which is the Institute Keusahawanan Negara, and accounting faculty in selected universities. INSCAN can give contribution by getting some budget warrants from its parent ministry, which is the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives, which is MEDEC, and provide necessary financial framework and guidance based on the industry needs. On the other hand, the academicians can prepare relevant modules based on the framework and guidance given and conduct the program with the help of their accounting students to communicate and engage with the SME owners. The selected SME owners can be targeted based on the specific sector or specific attributes of SME near the university area. Through this program, the SME owners can be trained about the proper management of accounts and business inputs such as marketing strategy and cost-benefit analysis. Also, the academician able to conduct a research and propose additional recommendations to help the government in improving SME in Malaysia. Moreover, the students are able to improve their soft skills and develop their potentials to get a better job in the future. This proposed solutions is in line with the SDG goals number 4, which is the quality education, where the goal is focused to increase the number of youth and adults with relevant skills for better employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurships. The second problem of constant changing in market demand can be tackled by providing an annual one-to-one mentor-mentee program. MADEC can partner up with selected successful Malaysian entrepreneurs to hold the program for the SME owners. MADEC can also get the help from Ministry of Communications and Multimedia Malaysia, which is KKMM, to promote the program nationally through the television, radio, social media, and other channels. The program is proposed to be done between one entrepreneur and one SME owners for a year so that the entrepreneur can solely focus to one SME owner's business growth and have sufficient period to guide, coach, and monitor the progress of the business. From this program, SME owners able to address their issues and get direct insights, guidance, and know-how from the entrepreneurs to sustain their business growth throughout the constant changing in the business environment, especially in the market demand. SDG goals number 8, which is the decent work and economic growth, can be achieved with this suggested solution, as it encourages the formalization and growth of SME by supporting productive activities, creativity, and innovation, and the access to the financial services. The last suggested solution is providing internet subsidy with better accessibility to solve the problem of inability to adapt to the technology advancement. This can be done by utilizing the GLC company, which is the Telecom Malaysia. As the internet subscription is relatively expensive, Malaysian government can initiate an assistance by providing internet subsidy with better accessibility to reduce the cost of the business. This subsidy can be given to selected SME that fulfill certain criteria, as although we want the government to help reducing the burden of SME, we also want to avoid some individuals from taking advantage from this assistance. By having this internet accessibility, SMEs are able to reach larger target customers since they are able to perform better online marketing, online transaction, and financial recording. I believe that this solution is in line with the purpose of Maqasid Syariah to protect intellect and property. By providing the internet subsidy, the government opened a better access for SME owners to innovate their goods and services using their intellect and creativity based on the research of the current trends and customers' preference. Also, government can help them to manage their property properly using the online financial services.
To conclude, the government plays a pivotal role in the development of SMEs, especially in developing countries like Malaysia. Hence, government incentives and support programs should be able to surge a sustainable competitive performance of SMEs in emerging economies. This is because SMEs have become one of the most significant drivers of economic development, employment creation, and poverty reduction that prospers economic growth. And before we end, let's look at the government role from the Islamic view. The first hadith, which is narrated by Bukhari, tells us that the responsibilities borne by people are different from each other depending on the position and power of leadership entrusted to them. But the biggest responsibility that will be held accountable in the hereafter is the responsibility of a leader towards his people. Rasulullah SAW also said, "A leader who controls the affairs of the Muslim but does not seriously pay attention to the interests of his people, does not give advice for their good and well-being, he will not be able to enter paradise with them." Therefore, in this context, a leader, which is the government, has a duty to provide the best care and services to the citizens. A true leader, a good government, will serve for the sake of Allah and will fight to uphold the well-being of the people. With that, that's all from us. Thank you very much.